this book, I share transformational messages of being a world traveler with the collection of my personal memories in a way that allows the readers to relate more personally to my experience. My book doesn't focus on the entire timeline of my life, but instead I share stories from the traveling experiences to give readers insider knowledge of my favorite places where I have lived and where I have traveled abroad, places like Jamaica, Australia. Also, I'm sharing experiences with celebrities that I've worked with and the impact that they have had on my life. Celebrities such as Mike Tyson, Prince the artist, Les Brown, B.B. King, DMX, just to name a few.
Can't recommend this book enough. I've just read it, and it's a good read. Inspiration, unbelievable words of wisdom. You should check this out.
Well, aloha. My name is John Joseph. I'm from Haiti, and I had the pleasure to read Dr. D's book, I Don't Need to Fit In. I'm custom made. Very informative, covers a lot of things. It's pretty much a manual for living. And we're gonna be going to Thailand in December. And I've been there once before in 2009, but with Dr. D chapter on Thailand, I found a lot more things that I needed to know before going there. So to all of you guys going there, check out the book.
Aloha. So my name is Stephen. I'm a very good friend of Debra's, and she comes and joins us on our Sundays. And today I saw this beautiful book and I was inspired to share stories of the inspirations that we all go through as individuals, as a collective unit, and fitting in with each other, but not fitting in with the norm. When the norm sometimes needs to be challenged, because in the Second World War, Nazi Germany, the norm was wrong. It had to be challenged. In apartheid South Africa, the norm had to be challenged. Current American way of life has to be challenged. Politics of America at the moment are skewed. It has to be challenged. Individuals become groups when they stand together, and at some point the group gets too big, it has to be challenged. New individuals rise up. And I am honored to know this beautiful woman. She's an inspiration, and this is her book. I haven't read it, I just looked at it to this first time I saw it today, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I'm honored to know her. And she loves our group. It's a beautiful mixed group of people, all races, creeds, religions, political beliefs. We agree and we tend to disagree a lot, but on the field of life, it's the game, and we play it beautifully.
My name is Reynaldo Valdespa, aka Panama, and I want to invite you guys to buy this book. I don't need to fit in. I'm custom made by Dr. Debra Butler. It is a masterpiece. It will instigate you to want to travel the world, see other places, and most importantly, make you understand that you don't need to fit in because you are custom made. Look for it on Amazon. Look for it on all platforms. The best book possible and a potential bestseller. Aloha!
Yes, I love this book. Doesn't mean that us Native Americans all need to fit in. There's other people that need to fit in with us. Love this book.
I'm from Grenada, and I read this book, and I can really relate to this book because this is what I've been living. I don't have to fit in. I just be a Grenadian in America. I can be anything I want to be, but I would prefer to be a Grenadian in America without fitting in into the American way of life. I'm strictly Grenadian.
You read Dr. D's book?
Yeah.
Dr. D's book.
We all fit in.
We all fit in.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Because
even the white boy,
you find your way to fit.
I'm from Honduras all
and I fit in.
I'm from Haiti and I fit in.
I'm from New York and I fit in.
And he's white.
Oh yeah, baby. I'm a Jamaican thoroughbred, 100% prime stock. This book is like I and I. Never had to fit in. Sure, Rastafari. I'm holding this book as a reminder of myself. And this book, coming from Philippines and joining the U.S. military, I'm sure I kind of really relate to this book. So I know that most of the people that will be able to relate with this. It's a neutral zone that everybody can relate to it because you can always send your messages simple as it can, you know, and be yourself, right?
Well, this book is a really interesting read. I don't need to fit in. And I would agree with that. I'm from a culture far, far away, pretty much on the other side of the world. So I grew up in a family that's part Saudi and part German. And I lived on an American compound with many, many cultures. Went to school in England, college in the States, grad school in the States. And now I live in Hawaii. So basically, every culture has its own thing. Every culture within a school, within a family, within a social society, a country, a religion. And oftentimes I did not feel like I fit in because I have so many parts of me that have been taken from every culture that I lived in. So I don't actually try to just fit in. I mean, I try to be polite and respectful, and I just be myself. And myself is social and outgoing and a strong female leader and somebody who really loves people and likes to connect and communicate. So this book fits. It fits for me, and I think it would fit for everyone. Give it a read. It's a must read now. I love reading. Those of you who don't read, get on it already. It's awesome.
Would you let me come in whether I fit or not? Change and moderate and progress your fitting, not to fit, but include. How about that?
My name is Jose, and I'm from Mexico, and I fit in.
I don't.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm Pepe from Minnesota, and I fit in.
Will share what a small world it is and what a big world it is, and how the world is not as small as we all think it is. And all of the amazing people that are just waiting to be met in this world. Most importantly, you realize that you cannot meet all these people, you cannot see all these places, and that's what the book brings out. It brings out the significance of you being significant, you being who you are, you doing you. There are approximately 7 billion people on this planet, and if you disappear tomorrow without a trace, how many people do you think would actually care? As a child, I learned to just get in where I fit in. Because, you know, when I was a child growing up, there were a lot of kids who wouldn't play with me because they said I was too high yellow, because I had a lighter colored skin. They would call me names. They would call me high yellow, red bone, dirty red. But because I used to play in the mud, I didn't mind being called dirty, because a lot of times I was a dirty little girl. But I hated being called red. I hated with a passion being called red bone, and I hated being called high yellow. Those were fighting words to me. And when I go to Jamaica, I hate being called brownie. I thought, how ironic that the first hostility would come from my own race of people, if you will. I've never been sensitive as far as people and bullies go. But my book will teach you how to accept yourself, because when you learn how to accept yourself, you realize that fitting in with people is so overrated. You would be so much happier just being yourself, just being you. So you don't need to fit in. You just need to do you and be you, because you are an original. You are not a Xerox copy. You are custom made. It's okay to leave people behind when you have someone that you're not when you're not with them anymore. It's okay to not be with them anymore. It's okay to leave those people behind and go on your way. You meet more people every day. And just because you used to belong with certain people doesn't mean you have to continue to stay with them now. You have to learn how to let go and just let God lead you, guide you, and direct your path instead of looking up to man and looking up to people. If you like to have your book signed by me, direct message me your address and I will mail sticker book plates. This is a sticker book plate. I will mail one to you displaying my signature and a personalized message that you can just peel off like this. Get to the inside cover or front matter of the book. My personalized book plates are a safe way for me to just send my signature to anyone from booksellers to readers while abiding by the social distance measures. I can't meet you in person to sign your book, but sending a signed personalized book plate to you is a great alternative.
Oh, well, that is so creative.